Hello. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday, November 6th, 2025, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? I've got another warning on my stream. And so it says that my bit rate is lower than it should be. So hopefully it sounds okay. Hopefully it looks okay. We'll find out together. But it still says the connection is good. So I think we're okay. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling good. Things are going well. What's been going on? Well, what did we do? What have I been up to? Been working a lot. Hey, good. Thanks, Brian. Welcome as always. Thank you for coming. Yeah, things are going good. Been working a lot. Been working on the next video for the S3-1200 series, right? So KiCad, PCB layout. The plan is that I'm going to, I guess, put out a video that kind of summarizes schematic design and PCB layout, and then we'll ship it off to get manufactured. That'll be that video. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do, the plan is that I'm going to make a long form video that'll be exclusive on Patreon. So we'll do that. We'll test that out, see how that goes. See if it draws more people into the Patreon and stuff. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, things have been going well, though, with the other stuff, right? We got a couple new people on the Discord server recently, so that's cool. Let me just see. Yeah, we got who else we got? We got the Conky joined, which is neat. Then we got Jay, who also joined. Jay looks like he has some pretty cool experience building a sampler too, so that's pretty fun. You know, that'll come in handy, having, you know, somebody around with more experience. And then there's one other person, but for some reason I can't see the full username, but it's not sure what their username is, but it's, what is it? Let me see if I can find. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway. It's, well, all it says is N ... So that's cool. Oh, sorry. No Pain, I believe, is the name. No Pain. Yeah. Awesome. So we got new people there. We got some new people on the Patreon too. So we're up to 19 people on the Patreon, which is great. Yeah, 19 people on the Patreon. So that's great. We had, who joined? We had a Dr. Fangaz join, which is great, and a person by the name of Brian Steele. So that's awesome. Yeah. We got some new faces, so that's good. And we got, we're doing well with subscribers on YouTube, I think. The number is going up again, so that's good. We're at 671, which is nice. So we're off the devil's number of 666. So yeah, it's things are going good. Did I mention we got I secured a what do you call it? A sponsor for the video series, which is great. PCB Way is going to be sponsoring the series again, which is awesome. Hopefully we'll make the process of producing PCBs and whatnot a lot easier, a lot faster. They're quite fast. I was very impressed last time. So yeah, things are good. Things are really good. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Looks like there's a couple people hanging around. Yeah, if you feel like you have any questions about the S3-1200, fire away. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. Happy to help where I can. If you're building along with us, that'd be great. Yeah. So that'll work for now. In the meantime, you know, if anybody has any questions, feel free to chime in. But what we need to do now is get on with our tube screamer repair, right? So, as you might remember, here's our tube screamer. Our unassembled tube screamer. Or our, I guess not unassembled, but it's, what do you call it? Opened up, right? Opened up tube screamer. So, I did get the pot. I got a pot. 500K linear pot. There it is. It's like identical. We measured perfectly. So you can see, it's identical, which is great. So this guy has to come out. This broken one has to come out. And we need to put the, whoop, sorry. I am cramped over here. So we'll do this first because this is kind of the easier part of the fix, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull up that diagram and just verify that we're at the correct ground. So, I guess the easiest thing to do, the way that is probably the proper way of doing this is, because these wires are identical in color, I'm going to do one wire at a time and solder to the appropriate lug on the potentiometer. Oh, and one thing too is that it has this little nub. See the little nub? The nubbin on that pot? I think we got to break that off. Otherwise, it's not going to sit flush against the enclosure. So I'm just going to take some pliers and I'm going to break it off because none of the other pots have this. So I'm just going to break it. There we go. So now that part, that little nubbin is broken off. Okay. So got my iron heated up. That is one oxidized tip. That's a little bit better. I'm going to hit it with some solder so we get it nice and shiny. Whoops. It's kind of hard to videotape all this stuff at the same time. So, that's much better, much shinier. So let's, actually, you know what? Let's first pre-tin our lugs here. So I'm just going to grab some flux. And just pre-tin these guys a little bit. This one doesn't need to be tinned, but just wipe off that stuff. Okay, now let's tin these. Okay. You know what? It might be smarter to put more solder on the other side because we don't want any of these lugs to touch the enclosure, right? Okay. So that's good. Now we need to remove a wire. Just going to add a little bit of solder to kind of heat it up a little bit. And then I'm going to, man, this is awkward. This is very awkward. There we go. So we got one wire removed. And we need to connect it to this outer lug here. So let's do that. There we go. That looks good. And then, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we need to do the middle lug. So again, let's add a little bit of solder. There we go. Oh, it fell right off. There you go. So I guess I'm going to give this back to the guy. Should probably keep it just because it's an original part, right? And if it sounds different, then I'll need this as a reference, right? Does that make sense? Let me move my microphone out a little bit so I get more in front here. Okay. So I'm going to keep that. I'll keep it. I'll give it back to him so he has it. Yeah. Probably a smart thing to do, right? And then we're going to solder this one on. Yeah, I've got some. I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab it. Good call. Very good call, Brian. I've got these guys right here. There they are. Especially with the camera and stuff in the way and the microphone stand, it's difficult to get these to balance everything. So this is a really good call. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? Maybe one of these. Do this. Here, we'll do that. That'll work. Oops. I'm going to come around this side. There we go. Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Okay. You know what? I'm just going to tack it on real quick. There we go. Okay. So that is replaced. I could have put heat shrink on. I could have put heat shrink on those. We'll see how it goes. We'll definitely see how it goes. If it's giving me grief, then I'll put some heat shrink on it. All right. So one other thing that I noticed after I shut off the camera last week was that the 9-volt, the positive lead of the 9-volt battery broke off too. So this thing is just like, yeah, it's delicate. It's super delicate. Yeah. Luckily, it was pretty obvious where it broke off of. Broke off this little guy right there. Hey, Ed, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. How are things? think I'm, oh, there we go. Okay. I'm pushing, well, right now I'm putting back on the red wire that broke off. The battery, the positive battery lead broke off on me after I shut off the camera last week. So I'm getting that back on here first. So I'm just pre-tinning the wire. And then I'm going to tack it back on. There we go. Yeah. I mean, me too. Been busy. Been working a lot on videos and stuff, so it's a busy time of year. It's only going to get busier, right? Yeah, I was thinking about that with December coming up and everything and what have you. It's going to definitely get a lot busier. One sec, guys. I just got to grab some side cutters. Be right back. But yeah, so yeah, it's going to get crazier. And yeah, I was telling Brian that I got PCB Way signed on to be the sponsor again of the video series, so that's great. But they've given me sort of like a little bit of wiggle room, but I need to be putting out a video basically every 2 weeks, like I've said I would want to anyways. But yeah, I got to keep it up. So, cause they want me to do that. What was I looking for? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah, the recent post was just sort of like, it was still kind of up in the air, whether they were going to sponsor or not. And yeah, I worked it out with the people and with the appropriate people. And yeah, went really well. So I'm really happy that the videos are sponsored. And, I think it just, like, for some people, it just, might add a little bit more legitimacy to the project, and might be more willing to jump on and do it with us, right? So I need to get my helping hands again here. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited. So I'm sending the power PCB is heading out hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow morning it'll be submitted to PCB Way for manufacturing. Yeah. And then good news is that the video, I was telling Brian too, the way that I'm structuring the next video is that it's more of like a summary of doing PCB design or PCB layout and schematic layout in KiCad. So there's going to be like a shorter edited version that's going to be posted to YouTube, but then there's going to be long form content that is going to be exclusive to Patreon. So that'll be available to you for free and everything. because I'm sort of still figuring out format and stuff, with Patreon and how that kind of like all comes together, I've decided that I'm with this particular kind of like first long form video, I want to just like keep it so that everybody has access to it. And then I need to start thinking about how to monetize things later. But this first kind of attempt at it, I'm going to keep it kind of just open for everybody. So yeah. So it'll be available like probably the day of the same video. So if you want to log in and like learn how to use KiCad with me kind of thing, or not learn how with me, but learn how I do the schematic design and PCB design, it'll all be available to you. So for free. So yeah. Now we need to, you know what we need to do? Right. That sounds good. YouTube has its thing with the algorithm, whereas Patreon forgoes any of that. Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to, I'm trying to put out more shorts and stuff too, because I really want to, I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's like, I've kind of mentioned that before. I'd like to try to get there. Just because then it would set me up next year for kind of like, being able to monetize, just views from the videos, which would be great. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So that's why I'm going to try putting out like short form content a little bit more frequently, but it'll just be sort of clips and stuff from the full length videos. But they seem to really, YouTube seems to like push those more into the algorithm. And it results, for me anyways, it results in more people subscribing. So anytime I can get kind of closer to that goal, right, it's going to be really, really helpful for me in terms of trying to get, just trying to get things like monetizing and stuff like that. So I don't have to be like, I don't know, just so I don't have to worry so much about that side of it. So anyways, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. What I'm thinking though is, we know for sure that this broken black wire came from here. I know that for a fact. It had to have come from there. I think I saw it on the live stream. True. I swear I had a friend tell me they monetized videos. I want to say they told me at about 500. It's 1,000 now. Yeah, it's 1,000 now. It used to be 500, I think. This was before I even did YouTube. I remember I looked into it. It was 500 at one point, and then, but now it's actually, I take that back. It's 1,000 subscribers, and you have to be over a certain number of watch hours. So if you get to a point like where, I think it's like 3,000 watch hours a year in 365 days and 1,000 subscribers, that's when you monetize videos. So the 1,000 subscribers thing is really just like the first step kind of thing. And then it's still, people still have to engage and watch the content. But I think like my gut is telling me that if you get to 1,000, you'll probably get those watch hours in, right? As long as you keep up putting out like kind of like regular content or whatever. So yeah, and I'm doing that on Instagram as well and TikTok, because I think I've been noticing that it kind of like pushes subscribers here as well, as if it doesn't really translate in terms of followers and stuff on TikTok and Instagram, but on YouTube, it seems to like translate a bit better. So I'm just going to try pumping out short form content, try to make it like 5 days a week if I can, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still playing around, still trying to figure this whole thing out, you know? So anyway, let's get this black wire fixed. So I think I might try to find a different wire, because the one that I had on there is, this one is, it's the one that was on there. I mean, it's kind of brittle. and I don't really want it any shorter than it already is. So I'm going to see if I have anything kicking around. Actually, I think I do. I do. I've got a little box of wire here. And I happen to have some black wire here. So I'm actually going to make it a little bit longer just because I might cut down on like, you know, like straining that connection. So let's move this out of the way for a sec. And we'll tin this side of the wire. And need to strip this. Okay. Oh, let's see if you guys can see that. Not really centered, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm going to actually, Ed, I'm going to ask you for some feedback because I know that you were one of the people who was interested in sort of like the long form KiCad stuff. So I'd really like to hear what you think of it. Is, you know, if it's easy to follow, that kind of stuff, because then it allows me to kind of learn what's going to work really well, right, for that type of content, and whether I like what I should be focusing on improving in order to like monetize that side of it as well. So I might bug you at some point when you're ready to sit down and kind of work through it. No rush, obviously. Just sort of something in the future. Man, that is one dirty tip. There we go. Okay. So let's get one side connected. Cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. You never know, right? Like Brian, you know what I used to do was whenever I would like have like an old USB cable or something like that I was going to get rid of, I would chop off the USB ends and then split the wire open and pull all the stranded stuff out and keep it. And that's what I do. It's better than buying wire because wire is expensive, right? So you might as well use it up. All right, so I'm going to solder this side. There we go. You guys can take a look at that. Let's try and get that in there. So there's the wire. Yeah, exactly. Those are useful too, right? So now what I'm going to do actually is obviously I need to make sure that this wire is just grounding the sleeve of this jack, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the diagram that I was looking at last week, and we're going to go through with a multimeter and just see if all the proper connections are connected. Like all the proper components that are in the circuit that need to be grounded are grounded. And if they are, then it's just grounding the sleeve, right? So we need to look at that. Actually, you know what though? It could be grounding. Oh no, it wouldn't be. Never mind. I was going to say maybe it's grounding the enclosure, but it's got a ground there too, right? So yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to double check to make sure that everything that's grounded is supposed to be grounded on this thing, right? So I'm going to hide myself here and bring over, oh shoot. One sec. Let's do screen grab. Now we need, let's do this. See if you guys can see that a little bit. But this is the diagram that we're looking at. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. So, okay. So we need to sort of orient ourselves in the circuit here. I'm going to put my meter in continuity mode. Okay, so that's the little diode sign thingy with the little speaker looking thing on it. And so I'm going to turn it there, and then I'm going to press select, and then see how it changes to that little speaker. Now, when I touch the two probes together, it'll beep, which means the connection's made, right? So if I go like this, can you guys hear that? Can you hear the beep? Here, I'll bring it close to the microphone. That's the beep. So I'm holding the two together like this. Cool. Great. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a known ground, right? And I'm going to look at the diagram and make sure that all those connections are grounded correctly, right? Does that make sense? So actually what I can do, and this will make it a bit easier, is I've got one of these alligator clips with banana plugs on it that I can connect to my multimeter. So I'm going to change that for the black probe, and then I can just connect this to common in the multimeter, right? So like this. So it goes to common, right? And then this I'm going to hook up to ground. So I'm going to find a ground spot on the circuit, which is where the black wires are, right? And I'll connect it to right there. Now, when I take the red probe, I can easily probe around and make sure that and just like easily without having to like put two probes at two separate spots, right? And I should be able to go like this on the enclosure. Oh, no, it doesn't do that. Okay. So actually, you know what? Why don't I put it down here? Because then it'll be off the circuit altogether. So that's grounded there. I'm getting a beep. Hey, thanks for coming, Russ. Take it easy, man. Appreciate you coming out. Okay, that's connected. So let's just double check our orientation here. This is really, this connection, this lug is really weird. Let's see here. Let's just try to get our head around where we are in the circuit. So we've got, so that's ground. Okay, so that's likely there. Now, oh, sorry. That should be connected to ground. Right? So there's ground, which is strange. Let's see here. Yeah. I mean, continuity isn't perfect. It's not a perfect way of testing, but because I mean, it's a good way to check if there's actually a connection. But it's not. It won't necessarily tell you whether a component has failed or not. It'll just tell you whether it's actually connected, right? So it's useful in an instance like this where we don't really know where the ground connection is or where the ground connection fell off. So we need to check at every point in the circuit where we think there should be a ground connection. And if it's there, it's likely just grounding the lug. Yeah, so it might not necessarily be wired incorrectly though, right? It just means that it might be not maybe a cold solder joint. You could tell all kinds of things, right? So our capacitors, all of our capacitors should be, with the exception of one, should be grounded. So that one's good. That one, so our negative, that's connected. That's connected. So I see where we are now. Okay. That's output right there. And that's connected. And that's connected. And then that's connected. Okay. So I think... Okay, so I think it's just grounding the lug. So my gut is telling me that if I solder this to a ground connection on here, one of these black connections here, say here, for example, that I should be back where I was last week. Okay, so what I'm going to do, put that there. Man, these wires are so brittle, man. Oh, man, this is really shitty. I think what I'm going to do actually is connect these, is just use the, just put some of these parts back on because am I missing parts? Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just loosely put this back on so it stops spinning on me. Because I don't want it to break any more wires, right? So I'm just going to kind of hand tighten it. And then same with this one. I'm just going to kind of hand tighten this and then I'll solder that connection in place. Okay. Hey, Brian, I forgot to mention to you, I was messing around. I was just having some fun the other day, and I had a, I don't know if you've ever used these little 12-bit DACs. It's an MCP 4725, and I was messing around converting WAV files to .raw files, and then importing them as a C array and playing them back with an Uno. It was pretty cool. I should film some of it and show it to you on the Discord server. It was pretty cool. I was thinking about you though, because I was like, oh man, this might be something that Brian would be interested in seeing, because it takes up so little space, right? It was pretty nasty sounding, but it was pretty cool too. Okay, so is that going to be okay? I think that's going to be okay. You know what? I'm going to just hand tighten this button too. I really don't want to lose any more wires here. Well, yeah, you store them as yeah, it's interesting because it's you store them as basically like a hex file, right? It's like binary. It's basically converts the wave file into binary information, right? So yeah, it's pretty neat. It's if you have a better microcontroller than an Uno, you can definitely probably get better quality playback than what I was getting. But it's pretty neat though. Still, to do it, it was pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I'll float you a video of it. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's hard to get a clean kind of sound out of it, but it's a character thing, right? It could be like a really neat little character thing, you know, like maybe run it through some delay or something. It would just be a really cool way of like synthesizing sound, you know? Well, I mean, you can store it in a .h file for sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that. But you can even just store it in like the main file of Arduino sketch or whatever. Okay, so actually, you know what? Sorry, guys, I'm struggling with this camera placement today. Apologies. Okay, so let's get this guy. I'm going to attach it right here because that's where it looks like it broke off. You can see a little. Let me see if I can get a good view of that for you guys. Not that one, but this one here. Oh, geez. God. This is a struggle today. But that one right there looks like that's where it came from, but not for sure, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter in this instance. We just got to find a good spot for it so that it won't fall off again, right? So I'm just going to try to tack that in place without the other grounds falling off. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more solder to it just to make sure that it's connected. Just a touch. Little touch. Okay. Okay. Cool. Now, before we put it back together, I should probably test it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just hand tighten some of this stuff because I don't want any more wires pulled off, right? So I'm just going to kind of try to get some of this stuff placed where it should be. Okay. Man, this is really, really cramped. Props to the people who originally put this enclosure together. To the good folks at Ibanez. Props to the good folks at Ibanez. Making quality pedals since 1970. So I'm just hand tightening so it doesn't go too crazy. Yeesh. And the LED. I think the LED has to go first. But again, I don't want to. I'm just going to try to. Oh, man, this is tricky. Very tricky. Okay. So let's hand tighten this. Yowza. And then this guy. We'll do a quick. Oh, geez. You know what I just thought of? This lug needs to be grounded too. Shit. I guess I could do it right there. Let's do that. Let's just put it there for now. So I'm just gonna, just so we can test it. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's where the battery goes. All right. Ooh. Let's make sure the battery. Yeah, that's what I did. I did that, and then there's a converter that you can use to convert it to a C array. There was like a site on GitHub that I used. Well, the good news is that the LED is on. You can see the LED. So that's good. That's good news. Okay. I'm going to have to. Oh, geez. I am short on space here. Let's see. Let's do this. Okay, I'm just going to minimize this for a sec. I'm back. All right. All right, let's test this guy. All right. Yeah. One sec. So I'm just going to test DI again today. Oh, shoot. I don't have headphones, do I? Dope. Just give me one sec. Where's my headphones? right. Okay, I've got my headphones. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn down my mic. My guitar's input jack is all screwed up, or it's my cable. I wish I had a pick. I thought I had a pick, but okay, well. It definitely has a lot of range, eh? So here's the lowest setting. That's the gain all the way, overdrive all the way down. Sounds great. I'll do about halfway. I think that was about where it was last week. And here's all the way. Here's full blast. Great. That's great. That's great. Okay. Let's unplug. So that worked out well. That's great. Works. Okay. Very pleased. That's great. All right. I was like, I just found this nut and I was like, where does it come from? But it's from the original pot. Yeah, sounds great. Does sound great. I really, I've never really played a tube screamer before. I think I mentioned that before. I had a blues driver when I was gigging a lot. You know, and it's fine. It was a good pedal. And then, what else? I used a big muff for a long time too. Yeah. No worries, buddy. No worries. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Yeah, I'm just going to put this thing back together real quick, and then I'll be done. And we can get this back to the person. So, just going to take off the battery. Okay. Yeah. Sounds great, though. Sounds very nice and crunchy. But yeah, I need to, I think it might either be my cable or my cable or my input jack on my guitar. That's why I was getting those weird pops. So anyway, yeah, thanks, Ed. I appreciate it, as always. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody coming out and stuff. It's awesome. It's really awesome. But yeah, I'm just going to, I need to show what I'm actually doing here. One sec. Just got to switch over. Probably don't need that anymore. Need the desk. So let's do this. I'm just going to get out of my way here. Okay. So, from what I remember, I think we can just do that. And then I need to get the LED down first because it had a screw. I wonder if I can... Man, this is awkward with the tripod in the way. I really got to get like an overhead thing going here. It's really not working very well for me. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's better. So we need to get the LED first, right? Jeez, I keep pulling it close to me. That's why I need an overhead camera or a tripod or whatever. Okay, so I've got the LED held down with my thumb here. Kind of hard for you guys to see, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. Sorry. Yeah. So I think I can do that. Yep. Okay. There we go. I got it there. Perfect. Okay, so we got the LED back in place there. Now we're going to put the pots in. And I'm just going to hand tighten the lugs again. Yeah, I'm just going to hand tighten them for now. And then I'll go back with like a proper bit. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, and then we need to... Oh man, this is awkward. Super awkward. Really gotta have small fingers for this stuff. Okay. There we go. I think I got it. I might need some tweezers to move the wire out of the way. One sec. Gotta grab some tweezers. Okay, I got my tweezers. So there's a wire in the way, and I need to figure out how to get it out of the way. Maybe like that? Oh, I think I did it without the tweezers. Okay. Let's see if I can straighten that out. There we go. Now I gotta hold it in place with my thumb. Oh man, is this... Did I just break another wire? No. Okay. Yeesh. Okay, just gonna hand tighten it. Okay. I think that looks straight in there, kind of. I think that looks good. Okay. That'll have to do for now. And then this one goes in. Man, this is tight. Okay, they look kind of straight in there. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but they look kind of straight. It's hard to tell. And then we need to put in our barrel jack. Yeah, for real. It's crazy. It is just crazy. Like, there we go. So let's hand tighten that. Man, it's such a tight workspace. You know what I mean? So that goes like that, right? But where did that... I'm trying to remember where this was. It... Shit, I don't remember where it was mounted. And is that going to be a problem like that? That might be a problem. I'm just noticing that the jack, I think, needs to be look, twisted a little. Not twisted, but just shifted to another side. Because hey, Jameson, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Just fixing this tube screamer. Or attempting to, anyway. How you been? Nice. It's working, so that's good. The good news is that it's working. I fixed it so I can get it back to its owner. And yeah, I just can't remember where that ground lug went. So that's something. That's a thing that needs to be figured out. I think I'm gonna have to look back at the video. Luckily, I was videotaping last time, eh? Let me just, I'm gonna pull up the other live stream and see if I can see where it was attached. Let's see here. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Just give me one sec here. Just got to find out where the heck that ground lug came from. I'm just watching back my other live video here from last week when I opened it up. Because I don't really remember where the ground lug went. I think it went here. Like right here at this connection here, but I can't say for sure. But I just want to check so I don't put it in the wrong spot. And yes, I was correct. That's where it goes. Okay. Yeah, that's where it goes. Let's just, yep. Okay. For sure. Okay. That's great. So this can be screwed down. Really hoping that nothing else broke off on the inside. This is a very delicate pedal. It's a hand-wired pedal, right? So, and it's old. So, it's, yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should tighten... Why don't I tighten the potentiometers first? Because if they twist at all, then I can fix them without having to take the whole thing apart. Okay. Ugh. Just getting a ratchet. Okay. What is it? 3/8 maybe? What do you think? 3/8? Nope. 7/16? Yep. Nope. Not 7/16 either. Was it a half? No. 12. No, it's too big. Boy. Ugh. There we go. Okay. So I don't want to tighten it too much. I just want to make sure that they're... Oh, interesting. Those are different sizes. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. There we go. Okay. Okay. That's good. And then should I do the jacks too? Right now, I think those are pretty good. That one jack, the one that I replaced is a bit cockeyed. One sec. I just need to get some stuff out of the way here. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get my needle nose pliers in there and just straighten out the... There we go. Okay. Just want it to be sitting straight so that when the potentiometer knob goes on, right? When the cap goes on, it'll turn proper, like it'll line up properly, right? And this one looks a little tiny smidge cockeyed, but it's not so bad. Oh, there we go. Okay. Tighten it back up. Okay, that's good. Okay, now, okay, let's get this guy. Let's get this side. Ooh, that isn't good. Shit. Okay, let's move this. I think I'm going to put down the, you know what, let's do, I just want to, you know what, I should get these PCBs down first and then put in the power. Let's do that. Because I don't want anything on the PCB to touch any of the barrel jack, right? Because then we could have a really serious problem. Right? Am I right or am I right or am I right? All right. Okay. So we got this PCB down. Okay. We got our battery. That sits well there. Okay. Now we need to get this side down. Right? I am right, yeah. Am I right or am I right or am I right? Right, right. Was that from Groundhog Day? Is that Groundhog Day? Ned Ryerson? Needle Nose Ned? Ned the Head? Oh, man. Yeah. Right? Ned Ryerson. Let me guess. You sell insurance? All right. That looks like it almost did when we opened it, which is great. So I'm going to point the barrel jack towards the sky this time because I don't want it to touch any connection on the PCB. Except I need a little more slack. Okay, so that works, I think. I think that'll be okay. So let's get that guy on there. Does anybody know what the tool is called that you can use to tighten these style nuts or washers or whatever the heck they're called? Does anybody know what the actual tool is called? I've been meaning to look it up because I want to get some because they're very common. And I always just hand tighten them, and I feel like I could, like, get it tighter. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. There we go. And especially in this instance, like, I don't want to wreck the enclosure. But, I mean, it's pretty beat up anyway, but... All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. All right. So there you go. We're back in business. Everything's tight. Man, this pot is so much nicer, this new pot. It's great. So, we want this one there, right? That looks good. Tone. Sadly, speaking of sadly, well, I do not have a black knob. Do you think it would be offensive if I put one of these on there? Let me show you guys. You think, would you be offended? Let me see. Oh, right here. If you guys gave me this pedal to fix, okay, and it came back with the overdrive with that style knob, would that offend you to your very core? Would that make you just be like, I'm never going to this guy ever again? Because that's all I have on hand. What do you guys think? Does that look like shit? I don't know. I'm debating whether I'm offended or not. It's kind of like it's a casual arrangement that I've got going on. This guy gave me a whole bunch of gear that his band uses that's all busted. And he was just sort of like, take your time, fix it, don't feel like you have to rush any of it. It's all been sitting for a really long time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So it's not like I'm not really getting paid per se. It's more a passion project. It's a passion project. But anything that I don't fix, I get to keep. So that's the trade. But, I mean, that's not terrible. I think it's more of just, he might actually have the broken knob at home. So I might just stick this one on there for now. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is overdrive, so that's not terrible. Yeah. I hear you, though. Yeah. If he does have the knob at home, that would be great. Maybe I should ask him first. Hey? That'd probably be wise. But let's, now that it's like mostly put back together, I just want to plug it in one more time and just make sure that everything is working properly. So let's do that. I'm just going to go grab another cable because I think my cable might have been busted. So let's do that real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I agree. I think I might just I'll throw him a note and just be like, "Hey, do you want me to buy new knobs for this thing or yeah, or do you have the broken one?" I think that's the nice thing to do, right? So, let's get the battery in here. I'm going to grab oh, I do have a pick. I have a pick right here. I was looking for a pick last time I was testing it. All right, let's get this back on. Let's get the battery back in. Okay. So let's try this out. Do shit. I'm just gonna mute for a sec, guys, while I set this up so you don't hear any pops. Okay, one sec. No, just an SM58. Yeah, I was gonna wait, and I was trying to get like a decent microphone for live streaming and stuff, and yeah, it's just went through a whole thing, and yeah. So this is DI, okay? The guitar. We're gonna do DI. Just let me mute for a sec. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the mic so you guys can hear the guitar. Let's go. This thing sounds great. Sweet. Success. We did it. We did it. We did it. Great. Very pleased. Very, 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 very pleased. Yeah. So it's fixed. It's fixed. We did it. Let's go. The person will be very pleased. He was he said it had been sitting in his gear graveyard for years. Years, he said. So he's going to be very pleased to have it back. So that'll be great. That's great. Okay. I guess we need to put the bottom plate back on. You know, I don't love how this barrel jack is pulling some of the connectors. I'll show you guys what I mean. I might do a little tweak on this. Just give me one moment. I need to get the back of the pedal. Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go to the desk. See how those cables are, these red leads are getting a little pulled? I think I need to flip it around. So I'm going to do that because that doesn't make me feel good. I was doing it so that it wouldn't touch the connections on the PCB, but I think it's more important that they don't get pulled like that because it might break again sooner than later. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, do it. Yeah. You know what I should do is I should get my maybe if I do any more of these, when I do more of these pedals in the future, Brian, I'm going to grab my Sun head, the head that I have, the tube head, and I'll get it hooked up with the load box so we can hear some, you know, a little bit better tone. I think that would probably be wise because then it'll at least sound kind of like an amp. You know what I mean? And I think this little lead here needs to be bent a bit. Just because I think it's touching something on the power jack. So we're taking the power jack. Okay. Hopefully. Oh man, this thing is just hand-wired perfection. Okay. 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 So I think that's good. Okay. All right. I think that's good, eh? Okay. So let's put, you know what? Let's just, before we get all excited, let's put this back in and just make sure that we're not shorting anything. Now that we've changed the sort of, you know, we just want to make sure we're not touching any weird connections are touching. So let's just check to see if the light turns on. That should be enough to tell us. Yep, we're good. It's a very subtle LED. Slotted nut driver, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to look for that because I'm doing the old hand tighten at the moment, and I don't feel good about it, but... So, yeah. Okay, cool. Now let's put the back on. This person's going to be very pleased. He's going to be very pleased that he's got his tube screamer back. I would too. It's a great sounding pedal. Definitely should try building one of these, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Well, because I just kept thinking how I'm hand tightening and then I needed to try to get it a little tighter, but still it's not perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I say shit like that all the time. I do that kind of shit all the time. It drives me nuts. I'm trying to get better, you know? I'm trying to get better at it. I'll say I'm doing something and then I don't, and you know. Okay. We're so close. 3 screws away. There we go. So I guess you know what we should do is maybe on the Patreon or on maybe the Discord or somewhere. I don't know. I got to figure it out, but I should do a poll what I should fix next because I got this whole stack of stuff, right? See what people want to see. Maybe the Echo Park. I think it'd be cool to see what's going on with that thing. I think it doesn't, because I think it's like doesn't work at all. All right, there we go. There we go, guys. Fixed. Fixed tube screamer. Fixed tube screamer. Isn't that great? That's awesome. I'm very pleased. Very pleased. There we go. Yeah, it's fixed. We did it. Success. We did it. So, yeah, very pleased. Very, very pleased that it's done. And I'm going to message him and make sure that he has the other cover. And if he doesn't have it, I'll see if I can find maybe a replacement. That's a pretty common shape, you know? So I think we could probably find a replacement for it, but I'll ask him first. I don't want to go buying stuff if I don't have to. But that repair cost, I think it was like $2 for the pot. $2 for the pot and a couple hours of putting wires back where they should go after I broke it. Or, well, I didn't purposely break it, but the wires broke off. So, yeah. Anyways, so, yeah, I think next week we'll do, I'll run a poll. I'll do a poll because we've got the Micro Korg, we've got the Holy Grail, we've got the Echo Park, I said that. We've got the Keytar. We've got that AB box. We got a bunch of cables. We have the whammy, and we have the time machine. So the Behringer time machine. Don't get excited. I'm not talking about, you know, a DeLorean or anything. But yeah, so we got a ton of stuff that we could fix. I'll whittle it down to like maybe 3 choices, and then I'll run a poll. Maybe on the Facebook post, or not Facebook, YouTube posts. I'll take a vote, see what people want to see. But yeah, thanks for everybody who came out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The AB box, I don't even know what the deal is with it. So some of this stuff comes from other people in his band. So he was just sort of like, you know, yeah, he was just like, I don't know what's wrong with it. So anyways, yeah, so that was successful. I will get it back to this guy. So anyway, so I'll post the poll probably next week sometime, and then you guys let me know what you think I should fix next. I'm interested in everything there, so it's going to be tough to decide for sure. I know the microKORG works, and it has like a dead key, so it might be a good choice because I don't have to order any parts then. Likely don't have to order any parts. So anyways, we'll get to that later. Anyways, thanks everybody who came today. We had Russ came, we had Jameson came, we had Brian, we had Ed. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for chatting. I really appreciate it. Next Wednesday, we have the next video in the S3-1200 series coming out, which is the schematic layout and PCB layout. And then we're sending it off to PCBWay for production. So that's what's coming up. And yeah. And then not too sure about what's going to happen in terms of the Sunday live stream this week, as it's my birthday on Monday. And so I might be working late to get some stuff done. So to have some R&R that day. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out again, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.